Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be hopping on ChatGPT and I'm going to be asking them how to win a Fortnite game, and they've given me 11 ways to win, and I'm going to see how accurate those 11 ways are and go through them so I can help you win a game. Let's get into the video. So reason number 1 is mastering building. I agree with this one, definitely, unless you're playing zero mode, of course. So for example, the 90, which is one of the most basic Fortnite mechanics, is extremely helpful for newer players, just like yourself. And to get an advantage over your opponent is when it's best to use. You can gain high ground on them, and just better to kill them. Instant edits, not simple edits, just editing much quicker is just as important, because if you can master the best edits on walls specifically, you can easily kill other people. So in a bit more detail now, after you've already mastered building, I'd say to practice box fights in creative maps. To box fight, you're in an enclosed area with your enemy, and you make smart edits and quick peeks to kill them essentially. Things you should also do is try to learn how to take someone's wall by pickaxing or shooting the wall so you can break it and then replace it with your own builds. Second method is to loot efficiently. What they mean by this is to not just land at random areas or the biggest and best POI or something that appeals to you, but to find a drop that suits you, whether you like somewhere with, fishing holes or a POI with a vault. You're going to have to get used to it. The only way you can do that is to land there regularly. I'm not saying to land there every single game you play Fortnite, but most of the games you play should be landing there. What ChatGPT also recommends, which I agree with, is to use things like shotguns for close ranges, ARs for medium range, and all that kind of stuff. And to just choose different loot based on your playstyle. So an example for that is if you're someone who likes getting right into the action in someone's box and absolutely spraying them, the shotgun's best for you is probably the Twinfire Auto. Or if you like a more strategic approach to fights and have precise aim, the pump shotgun's for you. Also, if you're looking to be a bit more advanced, you can go to Fortnite.gg, not sponsored, and it shows you all the chest spawns and everything you need to know. Third is to understand the map and storm circles. Basically, what they're saying by that is to stay towards the middle of the safe circle and just don't get caught on the back side of the storm, right next to the storm. Also, when you're rotating, it kind of depends on your playstyle. So if you like fighting and you see those red signs like coming up on your screen, that means that there's people shooting over there. It means people fighting normally. You can go towards that if you like fighting. There isn't much more in detail, unless you're going to go to like 8th, 9th, 10th zone. That's quite complex and probably won't happen in a regular match. Fourth is to play smart in fights. This is definitely a good tip. What they mean is if you're in a fight and you get hit really hard, don't keep trying to jump in the opponent's box, and maybe take a minute to box up and heal. Also, like if you see more footsteps or hear another player, don't play like it's just you versus the other player in the fight. Take a more safer approach, like putting walls behind you, for example. And all that stuff. Number 5 isn't a must-have, but it's definitely helpful. Just like I do, and all the best players wear headphones. So obviously, if you don't have them right now and you don't want to buy them, maybe they're a bit expensive, that's totally fine, of course. But if you do have them, you should definitely be wearing headphones. The vital audio from your game might be blended in with other background noise, where you're playing when you're playing, even the sound of things like your own voice, maybe someone else talking, there's some building work near your house, something like that. But with headphones, you're going to be able to hear other players approaching chests, hear other players approach when you're approaching chest, and all those things a lot clearer. Now, number 6 is to maintain high ground. So, if possible in fights, you should always try to be above the other player. Even if you're playing zero mode, you can do that with natural stuff, because this allows you to just apply pressure on your enemy without them really able to do it back, because if they just look up, you could just either beam them and they don't have as much cover as you. One tip for build mode players is to be careful of people who are shooting out your builds to break you down if you're on height. So if you can use your brain just to see, my build doesn't look that connected, you don't want to take full damage and get chopped out. So just look to reconnect that, or maybe come down a little bit. Number 7 is something I probably need to get better at myself, which is staying calm in endgames. If it is hard to focus and truly lock in, if you're panicking, think of it like a real life fight almost. So if you're going to be calm and focused in a fight, the other person's panicking and they're very stressed out, you're going to have the upper hand, aren't you? Because they're not going to be focused and locked in, essentially. Staying calm, it helps you to not get caught by the storm in end games. You can place the right builds and just kill everyone else. Number 8 kind of goes hand in hand with mastering building, and it is good aim and gunplay. So the best way to improve your aim is to just go creative, really, and search up aim trainer maps, or maps where there's constant actions, like your red v blues, where you can just jump back into the action straight away as soon as you die. The other aim trainer maps, you can just really search up aim trainer. There's something like aim edit piece, where you can also practice with your builds and everything like that. Number 9 depends on your playstyle, but it's probably best for most of you newer players until you get more confident, and that's to be aware of other players. So ChatGPT recommends that letting other players fight it out and then for you to stay like low-key is the best, and I totally agree. You don't want to be going into fights, and if you're not confident enough, you might lose the fight, and then you spend all that time in the game and you haven't really gone anywhere. Now on to number 10, which is upgrading and managing your resources. So the upgrading bit's very simple. It's just getting better weapons, so you're opening chests. I don't know, there's a supply drop on the map, or when you're killing someone, if you see another gun, like 2 ARs, the one you have is grey and there's a blue one, and you like that. They're quite similar, you could take the blue one. For the material bit, the managing resources is about your materials. So trees and big rocks, they're all over the map. If I don't know if you knew, but if you hit those blue circles that come up when you farm, it actually breaks the thing you're farming quicker. Metal's a bit harder to find, but you know your things like your little gates and stuff and the lampposts. But you should be trying to maintain a decent amount of mats so you can have protection when you're rotating and just aid you in fights. Now for the last method, which is about playing with a team. It isn't really any harder or easier to play solos, duos, or squads or trios. I reckon they're quite equally similar. But if you're playing with other people, you should have good, clear communication with them. Remember, you are playing solos, so your teammates can't read your mind and know yourself in solos. That's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. It really means a lot to me. Hope you enjoyed, and this helps you to get more wins. If you could, please like and subscribe. It would really help. Thank you, and see you next time.